fuck is up, everyone? Prison Miller here, back with another Ranking Every Album series. Today we will be doing the Dillinger Escape Plan. As you know, one of the first mathcore genres. They've been around in the late 90s, not early 90s. They've been around late 90s, and unfortunately the band has broken up, although they came back for a one-off tour celebration of their debut album Calculating Infinity. So there's that with the original lineup. So yeah, guys, right now we will be reviewing the Dillinger Escape Plan, every single album. I review every album in order of release. I give them each a score out of 5, with 0 being the worst and 5 being the best. I am not interested in EPs, compilations, demos, re-recorded, cover albums, live albums, or anything released by solo or side projects. I'm only reviewing their full-length studio albums of original materials only. And this video should not be that long. There's only 6 albums in total, so without further ado, let's go ahead and begin. Alright, starting up with their debut, Calculating Infinity, released September 28, 1999, off of Relapse Records. Now, as you may know, this is one of the first albums in the mathcore genre, with elements of metalcore, avant-garde, hardcore punk, grindcore, and many more, and jazz as well. As you may know, it's got a lot of the lyrical themes in this album is mainly failing relationships and insecurity, and this is their only album with Dimitri on vocals. I can't pronounce his last name. It's got lots of heavy ass songs like 43% Burn, Sugar Coated Sour, Gin Fear, every single song. It's got some like softer songs too, but most of it is just heavy as fuck. Production is great and instrumentation great. Is really random in a perfect way. So yeah, I love the vocals, guitar, the drumming. It's just a very technical album with a lot of shit going on in this album. Like, one of the best albums of 1999. I thought this was an amazing fucking record. So, I'm going to go for a 4.5 out of 5. I think this was an incredible record. Definitely one of their best albums for sure. Amazing debut album. Sorry guys, didn't have time to record the rest, but now I'm back. But anyways, let's get back to the video. Next up we got is Miss Machine, released July 20th, 2004, off of Relapse Records. So you know, this is the band's first album with Greg Puciato on vocals and Liam Wilson on bass. And this adds more, well, still continuing with the same elements as their last album. They started to experiment a bit more with this album. Like, there's more melodies on there, and then I think they released an EP with Matt Patton on vocals from Faith No More. And it's got added more clean vocals to it. So yeah, I have to say this is an amazing album. Greg fucking killed it on this album. It has a lot more jazz fusion elements, more electronic sounds, which definitely fits well to the sound of the album for sure. I mean, it starts off with Panic Sonic Youth, with just Greg's killing it with his gnarly vocals. And it's got some few catchy moments too, like Unretrofiled. It's got some of their more fun, catchy songs too. Stuff like that. Setting Fire to Sleeping Giants is another great catchy song. Not as much catchy songs as the future albums, but the album does really hit hard, like, especially the song Baby's First Coffin with the clean melodic vocals at the end from Greg Puciato. Even though the outro, I wouldn't say it's like a catchy-ish song, but his clean vocals definitely matches. Like, he knows what the fuck he's doing here on this album. So, I don't know how to rate this album. I was originally could give this a 4 out of 5, but thinking about those songs and how amazing this album is, I'm going to have to go for 4.5 out of 5. Another one. Yeah, I think that album is flat out amazing. I think it's just as good as the first album, in my opinion. I just really love this experimentation throughout the album. So, yeah, I mean, Greg Puciato, amazing vocalist. Definitely for sure. They picked the right guy. Next up we got is Irie Works, released November 5th, 2007. Relapse Records, and this is honestly my favorite Dillinger Escape Plan album. I feel like gotten better a lot with this album. They pretty much step it a top notch. Like, I don't know how to start with this one. Starts off with Fix Your Face, which features Dimitri, the original vocalist from the original vocal. Fix Your Face starts off with insane it's just a typical mathcore song with amazing riffs, really technical songwriting. I mean, I don't know what to say about this album, to be honest with you. I mean, it's a mathcore album, you know what I mean? It starts off with this really polyrhythm riffs on the song, mainly the first two tracks, Fix Your Face and Lunch, with such incredible vocals from Greg, especially in the song Lunch. And then we got off with this catchy song Black Bubblegum, which is a very catchy song. And then after that, they got a lot more experimental after the track, like Sick on the Sunday. I mean, Sick on Sunday is, well, mostly an instrumental track, but not really. The vocals didn't come in until the second half of the song. And holy shit, I am amazed by this electronic sound with mixed of other instruments as well. And that screech sound from Greg in the beginnings, like, holy shit, that was incredible. It's like, I would say more than just incredible. Like, it sounds like a fucking demon with the screeching vocals and stuff like that. And then the instrumental track, When Acting as a Wave. I just love this instrumentation, especially with this electronic sound effects, just pops right in out of nowhere. And I love the fact that it fits in the beat as well, which is an incredible take. Like, whenever a electronic sound appears, like on a metal sound, most of the time it doesn't fit with the sound of it. But this one, it actually fits very accurately, 100%. And I'm just amazed how accurate it sounds to the beat. Then Milk Lizard has some of the amazing riffs, and it's very catchy too with the vocal. It's one of the most radio-friendly sounding songs, but they did it right this time with this song and made it a lot connection to the music as well. Like, it just sounds amazing. It's extremely catchy. And, yeah, I fucking love Milk Lizard. One of my favorite songs of all time in the 2000s era of metal. Like, one of my favorite songs of all time, Milk Lizard. And then Party Smasher has some of the best polyrhythm sound to it with the guitar sound. Like, it's definitely, the sound definitely sounds like a Party Smasher as well. Like, with this crunching riffs and shit like that. I mean, we started with the polyrhythm guitar sounds around the interludes. That's like, this shit is insane. Dead is History, which has, I love the intro and outro piano sounds with the mix of electronic sounds to it. And they kind of make a break from this mathcore sound, and it just fits perfectly. Then we got Horse Hunter, one of my favorite songs, one of their most underrated tracks. It features Brent Hines, who is from Mastodon, but he's not in that band anymore. He was great in the vocals. On the outro, I thought he definitely fits in the track. And then we got this jazz fusion type track on the closing track, Mouth of Ghosts, which it just sounds fucking beautiful with its piano sounds, shit like that. I just definitely love it. So yeah, guys, this is easily my favorite Dillinger Escape Plan album. Definitely for sure. It's, in fact, one of my favorite metal albums of all time. Definitely one of their best in the 21st century. 2007 is easily the best year for metal in the 2000s, in my opinion. Definitely the best year for that decade. So, I fuck it. This is one of the rare... I go for a 5 out of 5. This is one of the rare albums in the 21st century that I would give this a 5 out of 5. Because not a lot of albums I would give in the 21st century would give that rare rating. And this is one of them. This album is that of fucking amazing. So yeah, guys, if you haven't listened to this album, you better check out this album. So, yeah, I fucking love this record. Probably one of my favorite records of all time. Amazing record. That's all. Next up we got is Option Paralysis, released March 23rd, 2010, off of Party Smasher / Season of Mist Records. Now, during around that time, the band members were not very happy with the music industry and its media. They want to make their own record because, I don't know, maybe the record label doesn't like the way they're doing it because their last album is too good. So, yeah, they want to make their own record label and decide to do it the way they want to. And I respect them for that. The lyrical content is a concept album referring to, and this is what I'm reading on Wikipedia, is an individual paralyzed by overload of options. Ben Weinman cited this as a general concern of the band, whose members grew up in underground scenes, but by the time of the album was witnessing young people absorbed in modern technology, which they believe homogenized culture and caused cultural depression. During the writing process, Puchado was going through personal issues and described Option Paralysis as one of the toughest and most honest albums he made thus far. And the singer was immersed in absurdist philosophy at the time, reading authors such as Soren Kierkegaard, I can't pronounce the name, and particularly Albert Camus' work, including The Stranger, The Plague, Exile in the Kingdom, The Myth of Sisyphus, and the lyrics compared to free association. And Puchado believes that they unearthed consciousness issues he had, but chose to keep them private. So throughout the album, this is probably the band's most personal album. They kept up with the same sound as they did with their previous albums. They got more experimental, that's for sure. I would say this album is not quite as strong as their first three, but I'd say it's a lot more creative. By what I mean by that, it got a lot more experimentations throughout. While keeping this, they kept consistent to their sounds. It's definitely their most challenging one. Definitely their most complicated record to make. But it's got some really amazing songs on this album, like Farewell Mona Lisa, Gold Teeth on a Bun, Crystal Morning, Widower is an amazing fucking song. I fucking love Widower. Chinese Whispers, and Parasistic Twins. Now, as for the rest of the songs that I didn't mention, they're great songs. I wouldn't say they're filler, but it kind of sounds like you would hear from Dillinger Escape Plan. Like, they kept consistent with the sound as their rest. I'm just putting out the most highlights on this album. Like, there's no filler songs on there, but it's one of those albums you have to pay attention lyrically to get to the gist of it. So, is it as strong as their first three albums? No, but it's definitely their most creative. So, I would go for 4 to 5. I think it's a really great record. Definitely one of their most creative ones. So, definitely not as strong as their first three. They still kept it consistent, but it's a lot more complicated album. That's for sure. Especially for them to make an album like this. So, yeah. 4 to 5 sounds right. Okay, next up we got is One of Us is the Killer, released May 14, 2013, off of Party Snatcher / Sumerian Records. I don't know how to start with this. I have to say it's another album, another great one too. He said, according to Greg I can't pronounce his fucking name anymore. Puchado. What the fuck? Am I fucking retarded or something? Greg Vagina? No, Greg Puchado. Yeah, Greg Puchado. Okay, sorry. Yeah, Greg Puchado. According to him, he indicated that again, what I'm reading on Wikipedia, he chose the album title pretty much as soon as I finished writing the song of the same name. He explained the meaning behind it. The title involves a lot of issues of the album related, a codependency, and unknowing, destroying a relationship and lacking responsibility for that and not pointing outward. The chorus of the song said, most of us must die, but the killer won't survive in a relationship. You're both 50% at fault. It's about accepting responsibility instead of directing it outward. Sorry, that was my cat. It's kind of like my same opinion on my last album of Option Paralysis. I say it's a lot more experimental. It's got more sludgier riffs, more metallic riffs. For some odd reason, Ben calls this their most metal record yet, but I kind of disagree with that. I feel like it has more of a metal. This has more of a metal sound than Option Paralysis. I don't know, because it kind of has like a heavier tone to it. But it's got some really great cuts on the song, like Prancer. I dug the song Prancer. When I Lost My Belt. One of Us is the Killer, the title track. Nothing's Funny sounds a lot like Mastodon, mainly on the chorus. It kind of reminds me of Mastodon, like from the album Crack the Sky era of Mastodon. I actually dug the song Nothing's Funny. Very underrated too. And pretty much almost all the songs I actually do like. So, yeah, I can't give it more detail on it. It's kind of like my same opinion from their last album. So, I'm also going for 4 to 5. I think it's a really great album. So, I don't know what else to say here. I think it's a really great album. Alright, next up we got is their 6th and final album, Dissociation, released October 14, 2016, off of Party Smasher and Cooking Vinyl. Yeah, guys, in my personal opinion, this is probably my least favorite album by Dillinger Escape Plan, but I still enjoy it nonetheless. Mainly because the album is a bit longer and there's some kind of fillers here and there. I mean, I understand this is their final album, so they have to go a little longer, but still, gets kind of repetitive at times, but if they still kept it consistent, they still kept it strong. But I don't know, there's some few of the songs didn't really do much for me. Like, I did like the song Symptoms of Terminal Illness, Limerent Death, and stuff like that, but there's some few filler tracks like the instrumental track Fuge, which is kind of a similar track that's from Irie Works, but longer. The song could be trimmed out for a minute. But there are some really strong songs too, like Honeysuckle, really great song, Surrogate, stuff like that. But then again, there's a few fillers, like Apologies Not Included, Dissociation, the final track. I kind of find that song a bit boring. But other than that, they kept it consistent, and they still kept it strong for the most part. But, some of them didn't really do much for me. So, yeah, guys, I mean, I still dug it. I guess it's probably because I listened to this one the least out of all 6 albums, so I'll go for a 3 out of 5, maybe lean towards a 3.5, mainly because of those stronger songs, but yeah, I mean, this is easily my least favorite album by Dillinger Escape Plan. For some reason, many people put Option Paralysis as their worst, and I don't really see how is this their worst. I guess, I don't know, maybe because they add a different sound to it, but I think Dissociation is their worst album in my opinion. But it's still really solid. It's far from bad, but it's just my least favorite, that's all. Alright guys, so this is my reviewing or ranking every Dillinger Escape Plan album. So what is your ranking for every Dillinger Escape Plan album? Let me know in the comments. So yeah, guys, I'm still working on Dark Tranquillity. I should be almost done sometime soon. I don't know when. And I need to catch up some album reviews that's been out on May, since I haven't had a chance to do them since I've been busy lately and I didn't have time to make videos, so there's that. Anyways, guys, that's the video. So if you enjoyed this video, subscribe for me for more content and all that bullshit. And holy shit, there's more videos that's popping up on my screen. Check those out. But anyways, guys, that's the video. So I'm going to go ahead and get the fuck out of here. So I'm out.